Welcome to this tutorial, which will show you how to install PDFBeads on a Windows system. PDFBeads is a free program which takes a series of image files, such as the output from ScanTailor or any other software which allows you to clean up your scanned images, and turns them into a single PDF file with an extremely small file size. You can see here that I'm using Windows XP to show you this, but this will work just as well on Windows 7, Windows Vista, or any other recent version of Windows. The first thing we need to do is install Ruby. Ruby is the programming language that PDFBeads is written in. So you can just go to this link. Links are all provided below the video. Click download, and we need to download version 1.8.6. Newer versions won't work and older versions won't work. We need this specific version to work with PDFBeads. So I'm just running the file that I downloaded, and I'm just saying accept to the license agreement, and I want to tick these two boxes here and they install. Finish. Now that's installed. The next thing we need to install is RMagic. RMagic is basically an application which allows Ruby to talk to an image editor called ImageMagick, and we need both of those components for PDFBeads to be able to read our image files. Now we can find this package here which contains both of those components. It's called RMagick Win32 for Windows 32-bit, and we're just going to click download here, and it says the release you've chosen is highlighted. So we're just going to scroll down here, and here it is in pink. So I'm just going to click that, and I'm going to save it this time instead of opening it. Save it to my desktop. Okay. So you can see that's appeared on my desktop here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click on that zip file and go to extract all, and then click next all the way through and say show extracted files. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is install ImageMagick image editor itself. So I'm just going to double click that and say run, next, accept the agreement, next, next, next. Now whether you create a desktop icon or not is up to you, but the most important option is this second one here. What this will do is it will allow your computer to find ImageMagick whenever it's running any other program, such as PDFBeads. So when PDFBeads calls on the ImageMagick application, it can immediately find it and it won't quit with an error. So make sure you leave that ticked and then click next and then install. Now that that's installed, you now have to install the actual interface which allows it to talk to the Ruby programming language. So to do that, we're going to go into Start, All Programs, and into the Ruby that we just installed, and click here, Start Command Prompt with Ruby. And you can see here it's taken me to this directory, and this is actually my home directory, and RMagick is contained within my desktop directory. So I'm just going to change into my desktop directory so that we can install the software that we need from within here. So I'm just going to type cd for change directory, space, and I'm just going to press the letter D on my keyboard and then press the tab key on my keyboard, which should complete the word desktop for me. And there you can see it's completed it, so I can just press enter now, and I've changed into desktop. And we see that the file we need, which is this one here, this gem file, is inside the folder called RMagick 2.12. So I'm again just going to type cd space RM and then tab and then enter. You can see it completed that folder name for me as well. Now this is where it gets a bit complicated. What we're going to do is run a Ruby command to install this gem file into Ruby. So I'm just going to type gem, G-E-M, and then space, install, and then space again, and I'm going to tell it I wanted to install this RMagick file. So I'm just going to type RM again and press tab, and hopefully it'll complete it. Now you can see it hasn't actually completed it. What it's done is it's taken the first file in the list. Because this one's further along alphabetically, it's not choosing that one, it's rather choosing this one. So we want to correct that. So we're just going to delete these past few characters, and you can see after this 0 here that this file that we want carries on with a dash and an x86. So I'm just going to press that dash and then press tab again, and now it's completed it to what we want. And I'll press enter. Give it a few seconds. Okay, now that's installed. So the next thing we need to do is install JBig2. JBig2 is the image format which PDFBeads converts all our image files into before placing them into the PDF. So we can close down all the things we don't need right now. Don't need that anymore. We need to leave this command prompt open because we will need it after this. So third link down in my list, and here it is, JBig2 Windows version. And you can see there's a download link here. So I'm just going to click that. And I'm just going to tell it to open this file at this time because I know what's in there. There's only this one file here, which is actually the program which will convert images into the JBig2 format. So I'm just going to right click on that and click copy. And then I'm going to go into my computer, go into C, and show the contents, program files, again, show the contents. And I'm going to go into this ImageMagick folder, which was created when we installed ImageMagick. And if you remember, when we installed ImageMagick, we told it to add this folder to our path. What that means is that if I then paste this file into here, the computer, in addition to always being able to find ImageMagick, it'll always be able to find this JBig2 program when it needs it, which will again prevent PDFBeads from exiting with an error and allow it to continue its work. So I can then close that down and get rid of that as well, and close that as well. And the final thing we need to do is install PDFBeads itself. So I'm just going to type again gem space install space PDFBeads. Now you can see that we haven't actually got any PDFBeads files on this computer. What it's going to do is now connect to the internet and download it direct from there. And you can see here my little network monitor showing that it's doing something on the internet. So we'll just give that a few seconds. And that's done. So now we can just type exit and hit enter, and we're done. We've installed PDFBeads, and I hope to see you next time when we'll see how to use it to create PDF files. Thank you.